Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. Welcome to a impromptu live stream that wasn't expected this evening. Just like the videos and such that we've done over the last couple of days, everything seems to be coming a bit out of nowhere. And we got that big update on Idah saying that Celtic were going to pay perhaps as much as £9.5 million for the striker. That was out of nowhere, and tonight we have got the official word. We've got the posts of the man himself at Celtic Park in the new home shirt. Ladies and gentlemen, Adam Idah is officially a Celtic player. He has signed for the club. We're going to get into the nitty gritty. We're going to get into all the details in a moment because there's a lot to discuss. But thank you for tuning in with me this evening, ladies and gentlemen. Hopefully I don't get cut off. My mother and father, they're at Mass, holiday of obligation and all that jazz. They said they'd bring me in a McFlurry to be nice to me. I'm expecting a McFlurry to be arriving at any moment now, to be quite honest. Let's hope I don't get cut off there. We've got bigger things to talk about. We've got Adam Idah back. It feels like something that should have happened long ago. This live stream, this discussion, us talking about Adam Idah signing for Celtic should have happened way back at the start of the summer transfer window. It's took us till the 14th of August to finally get it done and over the line. Much to the controversy that we probably didn't expect. £8.5 million could rise to £9.5 million. We'll talk about the money and everything else in between in a moment. Ladies and gents, shall we just get into the statement straight off the bat, shall we? Shall we see what the club themselves are saying with this statement put out this evening? Celtic Football Club are delighted to announce the signing of Adam Idah on a 5-year deal. Big underline on 5-year deal from Norwich City, subject to international clearance. The 23-year-old enjoyed a successful loan spell last season, playing a pivotal role in securing both the League and Scottish Cup double for the Celts. He made 19 appearances for the club after joining on loan in January last season and scored 9 goals, including a last gasp winner in the Scottish Cup final in the Glasgow Derby to clinch the double. Adam Idah has spoke to Celtic TV. You can go and watch the full interview now. I imagine some of you might actually be doing that or already done that. Planning on cutting me off to go and watch it, you can go and see what the big man says. One of the key quotes from it: he is now here where everyone knew he wanted to be. We knew that it was only a matter of time that Celtic got this transfer done and over the line. Adam Idah made it perfectly clear to Norwich that he did want the move, that he did want that transfer. And finally, as the new saying seems to be, there we land. I am delighted by this, and so is Adam Idah. Within the first couple of days of being here, I came on loan. I wanted to play for Celtic. It was amazing to get all those goals, to be in with the boys, and to see those amazing fans week in, week out. I'm so happy to be back. Everybody wanted me to come back to Celtic, my friends, my family, and myself, of course, so it's massive. I'm happy to be here. Brendan Rodgers, of course, added his comments into. He says he's delighted to bring him back on a permanent basis and pleased that it has been agreed on a 5-year contract. The club has done brilliantly to secure this long-term deal. We're investing in a player of real quality who will be crucial for us over the next few years. He's already played a pivotal role in our success last year, and I know he can be hugely important for us again. Adam feels at home at Celtic. He has a love and passion for the club, and I know he will be giving everything once again to bring our fans success. So one of the big things left out of the official club statement is the fact the number of the transfer, the fee, the figure, that's not involved in here. It never usually is anyway. They don't usually put those things in the official club statements. We're still waiting on any articles or any reliable sources to release what that figure actually ended up. If it has finished up at an £8.5 million deal that could rise to 9.5, I'm willing to put my money on the line now and say that it probably is that deal that we heard of the other night. Celtic have probably paid the £8.5 million up front with the extra £1 million plus the 15% sell-on fee. So that's us now up to a total spend of roughly, what, 8.5, add on your 9, 10, 11, 12 million, about £13 million the club have now spent in this window. That would be the 8.5 on Adam Idah, the 3.5 for Paulo Bernardo, and the 1 million on Viljami Sinisalo. That brings us up to 13 million on 4 players that we have brought in. Not too bad, but by the 14th of August, you really would have expected the club to sign more. Very quickly, thank you, Adam, for the donation. It's appreciated. Saying, fuck, it's over. Now, where were we? Where were we? Indeed. Now, I tell you where we were. And this is the thing. And by the way, we have over 400 live viewers at the minute. So thank you very much. If you haven't, please jump down below, hit like and subscribe. It would be much appreciated. Now, I'm delighted by this. Absolutely delighted. But I don't change my tune on what I said about Adam Idah finally signing for the club. And I said this all throughout last week. I said it on the podcast. I think that this is still a transfer which has lost that initial celebratory value that was there. This was a signing that should have been made on June the 1st, never mind August the 14th, where we should have been celebrating that Celtic got it done. Now, realistically, you've got to sit down and you've got to tell yourself, we are exactly where we were last season. We're no better off now. That is us back on par with where we ended last season. Adam Idah and Paulo Bernardo are back. They were here last season. Joe Hart has been replaced by Kasper Schmeichel, and Benjamin Siegrist has been replaced by Viljami Sunsalo. We have not improved this squad at all. It is and I don't want to be the killjoy. I don't want to be the guy who's coming out to ruin the mood and spoil the fun. But we have not improved the squad, and it's the 14th of August, which is really, really concerning. And that is the biggest takeaway for me at the moment. As much as this is a delightful moment for us, and Adam will be delighted, I think us as fans should be delighted as well. It still doesn't feel like we can proper celebrate yet, because Celtic haven't backed the manager to the extent that we expected, and to match the ambition of us as Celtic supporters. So there's still work to get done. But we can enjoy Adam Idah's signing. It's straight back to work, though. You know, it's not finished. We see all these links today with, of course, the lad from Augsburg, who would be a great signing. But you know, we've got to really improve this team. A couple of donations to shout out very quickly. Sean, thank you very much, saying, have I seen the links with Endo to Celtic? I have. They're rubbish. Not going to happen. Disregard them. But thank you for pointing out, Sean. Anyway, there's a reason I didn't bring it up in today's video, because not going to happen. And All a Dream, thank you very much for the donation as well. I also seen one that I had to bring up, because would I take Bielik from Birmingham? I prefer Treidich, personally. But, you know, Treidich, Bielik, two good players in their own right. I think we could make it work. Would I take them? Potentially. Anyway, so yeah, that's the big news this evening. We're going to get into the Q&A as we always do. Adam Idah has obviously been interviewed by the club. You can go ahead and watch that on Celtic's social media channels / YouTube. Has been pictured in the kit. It's all official. Don't worry, it's not a dream. I know it's taken a long time, but they have got the official signing video. He's got the kit on. Back to number 9 as well, in case you were wondering that, if he had the same shirt number or not. This was the kind of little teaser that they had. It's just nice to have it done over the line. It was getting tedious, a bit like Paulo Bernardo. It was getting annoying to talk about more than anything, and we had to get it done and over the line. So, yeah, he's here, and that's the main thing. So hopefully that can put a smile on people's faces from now. It's crazy, isn't it? It's crazy that it's took us this long to get this deal over the line. And, you know, we just sit here going, right, well, we've not improved. I know we've just spoke about it, but it's just crazy. I can't quite wrap my head around it, to be quite honest. But ho-hum, that's the Celtic board for you. Your tongue is too big for your mouth. Thanks for that. Cheers. I seen that in one of my videos the other day. Right, let's get some questions and answers on the go for Adam Idah. Listen, you know what's crazy to think about? Like, this live stream should have been like a big moment. You know, I was thinking of this live stream for weeks when the season ended, thinking it'll be great, it'll be fun. It doesn't feel like it. It feels like nothing's really happened, actually, because we spoke about it that bloody long. We spoke about it for weeks that Adam Idah would be coming through the door, but now that it's finally here, now that it's finally happened, it's a bit of a wet fart. I don't know. Anyway, thank you all, a dream, again for the other donation. Let me bring it up on screen. Idah got so much more to his game than his 9 goals. Idah's got a lot to his game. A lot to his game, to say the least. And I think that we're only seeing the start of it. Now, listen, I think one of the key points, before I get into questions and answers, I think one of the main points and one of the best lines of reading in the article that has been released by the club statement, is Brendan Rodgers' comments talking about the future and the impact he's going to have in this team. A lot has been made of this transfer fee. The £8.5 million is far too much for a backup striker. I don't think you can look at Adam Idah as a backup striker, in the sense that, you know, he's not around until Kyogo's injured and then he's going to play. Kyogo's getting on a bit. Kyogo's nearing his 30s and he's got a shoulder that's continuously popping out of his fucking socket. Adam Idah's going to play a lot more minutes than you, I think, initially would imagine. And especially that money, we kind of need to play him, don't we? It's only a year or two away from the conversation of Adam Idah being the starting striker for Celtic. But he's got to prove that this year. He's got to show why he's the starting striker. Listen, he's not put that fee on his own head. You know, he's not the one that asked for £8.5 million to be the asking price and to be the fee that Celtic paid. Remember that when you're judging Adam Idah. Remember that when you're watching Adam Idah. You know, he's done his part. He wangled his way into this move. He refused to get on flights to Austria. He made it clear to Norwich that he wanted to come to Celtic Football Club. Adam Idah has done everything to come back to Celtic, and he deserves the respect for that because he's bought into it. He's bought into what Rodgers is doing. He's bought into the rest of the team, his teammates around him. So just remember that. It's not him that put the £8.5 million on his head, but nonetheless, I can hear a McForey coming through the door. I might have to shout something here. Give me a moment. Hold on. Back in it. Just hold that thought. Hold that thought. There we go. Right, let's get into Q&A very quickly before my McFlurry melts on the spot. Thank you to Voice Tech. It's nice to see you. It's been a while, Voice Tech. It's been a while. I've missed you. How you doing? Hi, one funny little thing. This week I watched one episode of a Czech soap opera. The episode was about Celtic playing in Prague with Sparta, and fans of both clubs were watching the match together. Fun. You'll need to drop the name of the soap opera. This is a scene that I will have to check out. Thank you, Vostek. I'd never expected Celtic to be involved in the Czech Corrie. If you don't know what Corrie is, it's Coronation Street. It's a British soap opera, if you like. The best soap opera as well. I don't care what any you say. Norris and Roy Cropper till I die. Right, questions and answers. Let's go, because I want to get to my McFlurry, but I also want to piggyback with some questions, some answers. Adam Idah paid for his own transfer fee and then some with his league title last season. Yep, Ryan could try dich with that donation. Yes, of course. By dich. Hi Ryan, this is signing of the window. Idah is the best striker in the league, but do you think we will still go for the German wunderkind you mentioned in your last video? Cheers for doing what you do. I hope we do. I think if Matt O'Reilly does leave the club, it's looking likely we could go for we could go for the German wunderkid that we spoke about earlier. I'm now forgetting his name. Arne Engels, of course, of Augsburg. It could happen. It's only if O'Reilly leaves the club. Apparently, he's top of the list for Matt O'Reilly replacement, so yeah, it could potentially happen. A lot of people asking, it's in this donation as well. Thank you, Adam. Where do I get my retro Celtic tops? Most of them I've picked up on places like eBay and Vinted. I've got a good eye for figuring out what's real and what's a fake. This is a fake. This is a remake. I didn't get this off eBay or Vinted because it's really hard to find this in original form. This is a fake, and I don't care saying it. It's a Ricky Lake. The Ricky Lakes I get are usually off like Twitter pages. There is one. I'll give you the art just now, guys, if you want to know, because I don't want to gatekeep from you. But there's a guy on Twitter who does really. So if you go onto Twitter and you look up, I'm only going to say this once. So if you miss it, come back and watch it, and you'll find it. On Twitter, go to @retro_tops1. @retro_tops1. He's good. He does a lot of good remakes and such. I would recommend him. Other than that, a lot of the websites I forgot, because I got this like 5 years ago and I can't remember what website I got it from. But yes. Pat Scanlon, thank you for the super sticker. I appreciate it. Football Prime Ginger saying, Ryan Fox and Darryl Shea commenting on Idah's post. I wouldn't read too much into it. They're international teammates. I wish that we could. It looks as though he's going to go to Brentford. But he would have been a great signing for Celtic. And if there's still time to try and jump in and cause some havoc in that deal for the move to Brentford, I would do it, Football Prime Ginger. But sadly, I think we're a bit too late to cross that line. Mate, why are you wearing a scarf in the summer? Am I wearing a scarf? Oh, my beard, are you talking about? Is that what you're talking about? Anyway, and he's trimmed. I look like a tramp, sorry. Hello, Elliot. Nice to see you. Do you think this is the reality us as Celtic fans need to accept under this board? Constant or consistent domestic success with consistent failure in Europe. What I would say to that, Elliot, is for fans who aren't used to that by now, why are you not used to it by now? Because it's been the story for years. But sadly, yeah, unless this last 15 days present us with good signings. Oh, the white neck. Nice. Thanks. Unless they surprise us in these next kind of 15 days, then yeah, he said it twice, and I was trying. Fuck, he's all right. Jesus. Yeah, no, Endo's not happening. Endo's not. That's not a. Listen, the Endo stuff. Don't read into it. It's just another one like yesterday. That one popped up, and everybody was I mean, I seen certain pages saying it on Twitter, and I knew it was automatically nonsense when I seen they were posting it. But that boy, the Peruvian guy, whose name has now escaped me, I knew straight away it was not. Why would Celtic be looking to sign a CDM in this window? Callum McGregor is the captain and still here, and we've got a decent backup in Tomoki. We don't need a CDM. The Endo stuff is nothing. Voice Tech, I will need to find this. I will come back to this comment after my stream. I'm going to find it. Thank you for letting me know. So yeah, people asking if I thought Tapia, that was his name. Yeah, Endo, rubbish. Just like Tapia was rubbish. I think Tapia's now gone back to the La Liga, if I read correctly today. As I said in yesterday's video, it was a big thumbs down from Ryan118. And just like I'm going to say the same thing here with Endo, big thumbs down from Ryan118. There surely should be more signings to come. You'd like to think so. Let's see what else. We'd love us to sign Felix Odukai, left-footed centre half on last year's contract. I've seen him for a few years now, and yeah, he looks a decent enough player. Could be one to keep an eye on. We need better scouts. Get you in the scouting team. We need a better left back and a better centre back. Yep. Hopefully that is the next step for the transfer window. Yeah, I know my beard's a state. I'm not just at my bed. I've been actually up in this loft for hours now since I uploaded my video today, which is up, by the way. If you've not checked it out, you can go back and watch it. But yeah, let's see. Let's get a couple more questions in before I go off for the evening, because I think my McFlurry's probably turned into liquid. What would I want in by the end of the window? Well, I want a left back. I want a left-footed centre half. And honestly, if we can end the window with that, I will be slightly disappointed we didn't do more. But if we can just do that, I would be happy with the squad we have going into January. And then it's about picking up again. Obviously, this depends on O'Reilly as well. If O'Reilly goes, I want us to sign someone like Engels, who we've been linked with. But you can hear more about my thoughts on the Engels story in my video today. If you're late to that party, Celtic have been linked with a young central midfielder from the Bundesliga, currently playing for Augsburg. Arne Engels, his name is. We talked about it a lot in today's video, so you can go and check that out. Ansu Fati on loan. There's more chance of this Fati going on loan to Celtic than Ansu Fati, to say the least. Yeah, so I've seen this. There's apparently talk that there won't be any fans at the derbies. Because Rangers can't accommodate. So I listen, this is going to be a big one, and we'll probably talk about this more on the channel tomorrow. But there's rumours floating that Celtic will not be at Hampden/Ibrox, and Rangers fans won't be at Celtic Park because Rangers have had to pull the plug once again. Surprise, surprise. What did I say? Listen, somebody can go and dig up the clip. I don't know what video it was on. We need a Ryan118 archive person to find this. But I said weeks ago, maybe months ago, that don't get your hopes up about this whole derby away fans allocation coming back, because Rangers will pull the plug on it. And yeah, it looks as though it's going to happen again. But what I don't understand is the fact they say they can't accommodate, but their fear they're going to be stuck at Hampden, and they can't promise Celtic fans tickets. Hampden has got more seats than Ibrox. I'm sure, if not, it's very similar. It's not as if there's 10,000 less seats at Hampden. It's a very similar number. They should still be able to accommodate the 2,500 Celtic fans who were meant to be at that game. It's an absolute joke. An absolute joke. And, well, Rangers don't look as though they're going to be back in Ibrox by the end of the year. They're in an absolute state. They had the cheek to slag us for protesting when we were going through a bit of a barren spell a couple of years ago, when we went through the COVID year and fans took action about it. Rangers are sitting back and watching their club fucking pass away in front of them. The fact that they could be in Hampden until January is an absolute disaster. It's a disgrace, actually. I think it's fucking funny. But the fact that that's, once again, the Derby game's going to be killed this year in the aspect of the away fans becoming a thing again, Rangers pulling the plug on it, surprise, surprise, I'm not shocked, Helen, to be quite honest with you. But it is what it is. We'll see where it goes. Yeah, Hampden, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, Hampden does hold more. I was sure of it. Yeah, Hampden holds more. And they apparently, I don't get it. Paul, hi Paul. Absolutely zero surprise that derbies will be home fans only. Obviously, we seem to handle it well on the pitch, but I'm sick of them being so sanitised. You couldn't word it better, Paul. You couldn't word it better. Absolutely. It's a joke. It's an absolute joke. And I've never been I've never been to a Glasgow derby away. You know, I've been at Hampden. I've never been to Ibrox. Never had an away ticket for it. Because of the age that when I was starting to go to derbies, I didn't go to my first derby until I was 16. I was never allowed. I know, protected child. But when I was allowed to start going, that's when they ripped the tickets off us. I wouldn't have got one anyway, but that's when they ripped us off them office. So yeah, an absolute disaster. At least the stadium will smell much more pleasant. Yeah, so yeah, we did agree. We agreed on this, but the plug's getting pulled on it, and they have the excuse because they're at Hampden. That's their excuse, even though it's a terrible excuse. It shouldn't be an excuse, but they always find a way. You know, it's Rangers for you. It's Rangers Football Club, but the SFA should step in. Francis, I agree. Anyway, I'm going to wrap up the video there tonight. Adam Idah has signed, ladies and gentlemen. It's fantastic news. It's glorious news. Thank you for tuning in for the live stream this evening. Sorry it's a bit shorter than usual, because, yeah, I've got to make forehead on this. I want it. Plus, it wasn't even meant to happen. We'll get another live stream going this week just to make sure I make up for it. So it's just watch out the channel and we'll get them. I'm going to get the beard trimmed. I know it is. It's manky. I know. Also, we'll wait and see what happens with this rumour about Hampden and the derbies and all the rest of it. Don't take it as gospel yet. It is only rumour swirling. It could be Celtic has pulled the plug for all I know. I don't know yet. Don't take it as gospel from me. It's just reportedly happening. Right, okay. Thank you very much. See you all next time. Ta-da.